Your marketing could be killing your brand. What does that even mean? I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, but every time I sit down to do it, I tell myself, I'm no branding or marketing expert. What possible value could I add? A quick Google search will give you tons of articles that talk about the difference between branding and marketing. Then I realized that by not discussing this topic, I was actually killing my own brand. Now, why is that? Well, your brand is you, and we've talked about this before. The way you interact with others, the way you present yourself, your mindset, the energy that you give off, all of that is your brand. This is why when we talk about sales, relationships are paramount. This is because relationships develop out of an attraction to particular brands, which ultimately down the road leads to sales. A lot of people will say that marketing is what leads to sales. And they're correct, but without the brand or the messaging within the marketing that matches the brand, achieving the sales is going to be pretty tough. Is it impossible? No, of course not. There are natural-born salespeople out there who can sell anything, whether they are passionate about it or not. But I'm guessing that's not you. Not only because you're watching this video, but because most people are not natural-born sellers. Let me stop here for just a second and say that we are all salespeople, no matter what you do. Whether you work specifically in a sales-related role or you're a data input manager, we are always selling ourselves. Sometimes we're specifically talking about our skill set, and other times we're just simply demonstrating that. Either way, we're trying to add as much value as possible to take us to the next level. And this is why branding is much more important than marketing. So what do I see as the key differences between branding and marketing? Branding is what you do and who you are as a person. And to sum it up in a word that probably gets significantly overused, it's your authenticity. Marketing is the messaging that you put around that brand in an effort to create a sale. This is where some confusion can set in because you can create content around your brand and you can create content around marketing. You can spend money and or time on both, but what's the real difference? Well, it comes down to the expectations of the return on investment when you spend time on either branding or marketing. When building your brand, there needs to be zero expectations on ROI, at least in the short term. Branding is a long-term game, and it will work out for you as long as you are consistent, passionate, and genuine. Marketing, on the other hand, is an effort to create short-term ROI. In fact, if you don't see results quickly from your marketing efforts, you're probably going to switch up your strategy pretty fast. In the beginning of this video, I said that your marketing efforts could be killing your brand. And this is because if your marketing program does not align with who you are or your values, two things happen. First, you probably won't attract the business that you could, or you'll attract a bunch of business that you don't want to have. And two, you could be confusing people about who you really are. When your brand and marketing messaging are not aligned, you're basically just sending a ton of confusion out there that will just lead people to choose a different path. Focus on your brand first and then let the marketing follow. There are tons of tools and services out there that can help you do this. I'm not an expert on all of them, but the bottom line of my message here and what I can say with confidence is build your brand, share it, add value, and play the long game. You'll be happy you did.